Welcome to new episode. In today's episode, we are going to explore the history of ancient Greek civilization. 2,500 years ago, on the rocky coasts and scattered islands of the Aegean Sea, a collection of fiercely independent city-states gave rise to something extraordinary. This was ancient Greece. And though the civilization fell long ago, its influence echoes through our world, in politics, philosophy, science, art, even sports. But how did this ancient culture shape so much of what we know today? Let's find out. Ancient Greece wasn't a single empire like Egypt or Rome. Instead, it was a patchwork of over 1,000 city-states, or polis. Each one was like its own tiny country, with its own army, laws, and way of life. Athens was famous for its culture and democracy. Sparta? It was all about discipline and war. And places like Corinth and Thebes had their own specialties in trade, religion, and military might. What united them was language, religion, and mythology, and of course, a love for storytelling, sports, and debate. Around the 5th century BCE, Athens gave the world a radical new idea: democracy, ruled by the people. But it wasn't democracy for everyone. Only free, land-owning men could vote. Women, slaves, and foreigners, who made up the majority of the population, were excluded. Still, it was revolutionary. Ordinary citizens debated laws, voted on decisions, and served on juries. It planted the seeds of civic participation, an idea we still carry today, even if our definitions of citizenship have grown much broader.
But the Greeks didn't just invent new ways to govern. They also began to question the nature of life itself. Socrates challenged people to think critically and question authority. His student, Plato, imagined ideal societies and debated what it meant to live a just life. And Plato's student, Aristotle, became the father of logic, biology, and political theory. Their writings form the foundation of Western philosophy. Their questions, about ethics, truth, and the universe, still guide us today. The Greeks also believed that life was meant to be observed and understood through theater, art, and architecture. In huge open-air theaters, crowds gathered to watch tragedies that explored fate and human suffering, and comedies that mocked politicians, gods, and even the audience. Greek sculptors pushed realism to new heights, capturing emotion, motion, and the beauty of the human form. Their temples, like the Parthenon, weren't just places of worship. They were expressions of balance, harmony, and the pursuit of perfection. And then there were the Olympics. Every 4 years, Greek city-states paused their wars and gathered in Olympia to honor Zeus. Athletes competed for glory, not money, and their victories were seen as gifts to the gods. Sound familiar? That's because the modern Olympic Games were inspired by these ancient competitions, a tradition that continues more than 2 millennia later.
In the 4th century BCE, Alexander the Great conquered a vast empire stretching from Greece to Egypt to India, spreading Greek language and culture far and wide. This began the Hellenistic Age, where Greek ideas blended with Egyptian, Persian, and Indian traditions, shaping science, art, and education across continents. Even after Greece fell to Rome, the Romans adopted much of its culture, preserving it and passing it on to the world. So next time you visit a museum, watch a play, cast a vote, or ask a big question about life, remember the civilization that helped make all of it possible. Ancient Greece. Not just a chapter in history, but the beginning of many stories we're still writing today.
If you enjoyed this journey through time, like, subscribe, and let us know what ancient civilization we should explore next.